like my stepdad, Eddie Johnson, always says, if the Suns could just get it down to 10 points, maybe they have a chance to come back and actually, give themselves a shot to win the game. That's a famous quote from Eddie, and I think it's something that he's going to be saying going forward, game after game. Welcome everybody to Suns Jam Session Podcast. The Suns did lose again tonight, 133 to 111, making them 1-2. I am joined by Suns Worldwide. How you doing, man? Is he frozen? Sounds like he's frozen. All right, well, I'm glad he's doing great. We're going to go ahead and hit that intro button then.
Session podcast, shooting the shit about the Suns since 2019.
133 to 111 again. Sorry to start out so frantic. Maybe it was me, lost connection there with Suns Worldwide. Yep. I introduced you, having you on the pod for the second time in 3 games to start the season. Great to have you back. I mean, this time it's a loss. So last time you were here, the Suns win game 1.
Yep.
This is a loss that we probably foreshadowed. How are you feeling right now, man, after just, finishing this game up?
How I'm feeling? All right. So the past 2 games, obviously, we're playing probably the 2 teams are going to be in the top 5 in the West, obviously. This clearly shows where the Suns are at, sort of, to start the season off. But, I'm kind of like Flex. I'm very optimistic. And I'm not going to wait. I'm waiting until December until I give like a final verdict on this team, until we have like 30 games under our belt. Obviously things look absolutely shitty right now. Which I'm sure we're going to get into obviously, but yeah, I just have like a lot of questions. Like I'm just confused watching this team.
Me too. I'm confused all over the place. The Phoenix Suns, just my personality, who I am in life. Like I'm confused. I'm going to paint my fingernails like Jalen Green does. Maybe that'll help out a little bit because people don't like it, but I kind of like it. It looks pretty good. So I might try that on. Before we go any, yeah. Well, maybe next pod and I could just do one of these and maybe somebody would notice. It might bring out my eyes. Who knows?
I'll notice, Matthew.
You would notice? I think everybody would, but would you judge me though?
Would I judge you? No,
would you judge me?
Zone, but we're going to judge the Suns today.
We are definitely going to judge the Suns. And before getting into it, the Suns were obviously not favored to win this game at FanDuel. When the Suns did cut the lead down to 7 points in the second quarter, they were still a minus 14.5, and the Nuggets were still favored. That's just like kind of how the game goes, right? You feel like the Suns will get kind of close, but then also the Nuggets, will just kind of pull away in the end, right? Because they have Jokic. They have guys that have been there before. They've been playing together for a while. They have the newly added Cam Johnson, one of my favorite players, obviously, with the Phoenix Suns.
Great guy.
Now with the Nuggets. I want to get your thoughts on seeing first time. Is it the first time you saw Cam Johnson in that Nuggets uniform? How are you feeling about that? Does it look good? Does he fit in with that squad?
I feel like it's weird. And I only think it's weird because of the 21 playoffs. Like we just put belt to ass to them. We swept them. And I think he looks good in a Nuggets jersey. Like I think it fits him, but it's weird, Mm-hmm. But it's definitely a good spot for Cam. I'm excited to see him compete with a competitive team. It's kind of sad to see him in Brooklyn because, he's a high IQ basketball player and he can just contribute so much. I wish he was on our team, but it is what it is. It's cool.
Yeah, and it's weird to start the pod off with, the opposing team's player. He's obviously not their best player, but a good role player, a guy that's going to play some big minutes in the playoffs. But he did end the game today with 15 points. He had the 4 rebounds, 1 assist with the 3 personal fouls. Cam Johnson's a guy that kind of jumps out at me as a perfect fit next to Jokic. The way this game kind of started tonight, in the first, I'll just briefly go over the first quarter really quick, just because I felt like it's not because of another reason. All right. I'm just saying for me, what I wanted to point out was Jokic did have 7 assists within like the first 8 minutes of the game, right? And then I think Devin Booker had 3 turnovers within the first 7 minutes of the game. So that's really the difference when you're looking at, going star for star and just who can actually, give what the defense take what the defense is giving them. He definitely was. He was set up as a passer, and he was finding guys, giving guys haircuts all game long to start the first quarter. That got them out to the right start, but I think the Phoenix Suns really held in there, man. Their defense was there. They were pretty strategic. You can only do so much to stop Jokic.
Yeah.
But they seemed like they were hustling. They were fighting hard, man. And I think by the second quarter, it was still a close game. You're like, okay, this might be one of those games where the Suns might be able to pull off in the end. But of course, in the end, man, the Suns were unable to. Is there any quick takes that you want to just throw at me from watching the second half and like how you're feeling? I know you said that you're very optimistic. So when you're watching this team and they're down by 20 points, they cut it to 9, then it goes back up to 20 points. Are you still optimistic? Do you still just love watching this team because there's so much to kind of take in every night?
I feel like I'm just numb. I have no feeling at all, especially over the past 2 years. So like I'm just numb. I'm just kind of taking everything in. I'm just kind of floating. I'm floating. I'm observing. Nigel Hayes-Davis should never touch the basketball court again. I think what you have to do, this is a good step in the right direction. If I'm Jordan Ott, I'm flipping Rasheer Fleming and Nigel Hayes-Davis. I'm flipping their spots in the rotation. I think that's something you got to do. And I mean, Kamal Malawak, from what I've seen, didn't look too terrible. But I think the only positive thing is if the Suns are losing, you get to see the younger guys. But there's just so many things where, like you said, the Suns have been in reach, I feel like, so many times. And it's happened in the past couple of seasons, but it's like you get within 10, like you said, with Eddie Johnson, and then they just can't get over it. I don't know. It's just they go on like an 8-0 run and they just fucking blow it after that.
Yeah, and that's the one thing I really want to get into to start the podcast. Thanks, Jamsters, for joining. Everyone, like, subscribe. Just remain content, remain just positive, remain with us tonight for the next 30 to 40 minutes. John is off tonight because he has his brother's birthday at the Ambassador. So if you guys want John, you go down there right now, go interrupt him and his family at dinner and go say hi. But right now you have Suns Worldwide and I forgot my name. I was going to call myself Sam and Matthew.
I think it's Matthew.
I think it's Matt. Well, sometimes Matt. It depends what I want to go by. Okay. But I want to get into that in the third. Towards the end of the third quarter, the Suns did actually push it to the limit where they had an 8-0 run. They were getting back into the game, and then the Suns are missing the one thing where, and I think it's hard to come back 20 down, right? It's a lot of energy. Tough. It is, but the miscues and stuff when they're down to about 9 points and they have a wide open 3, they miss it. They throw the ball way out of bounds or something, and it looks like the Nuggets are kind of fumbling the game away.
Right. I didn't think the Nuggets honestly played good tonight, Matthew. Like exactly. I really don't think it wasn't a good game from them at all.
No, it wasn't. And let's hit on that, Matt, because I think that everyone thinks the Nuggets are obviously the best team in the league.
Yes.
One of the favorites to win the championship, but it just seemed to me like this was definitely a game where it was Aaron Brooks maybe getting into underneath Jokic's skin a little bit. It was other things going on where the Suns were actually hustling, so maybe they underestimated the Suns. But it just seemed like a game that they can take, but they just didn't have that final push in the third quarter and the fourth quarter. And really, do you think it's just because we're lacking that guy, or is it just because we're still kind of gelling? And maybe in 3 or 4 weeks, we can pull these games out in the end.
Definitely still gelling. Like, I think a lot of people forget. I think we're just so excited to have Suns basketball back, and we're just kind of like jumping the gun on everything. Like, it's only game 3 of the year, and we just had to play Sacramento, which is going to be one of the teams in the West. And we just had to play the Clippers and the Nuggets. Like, we weren't supposed to win these games, especially that Clippers game. Like, they played Utah. They got their ass beat. They were going to come in the home opener, and they were going to come out hot. It happened. Denver lost to Golden State, and overtime, Curry took over. Like, they're going to come back and defend home court. That's just what's going to happen. And I'm not making excuses for the Suns, but it's just these teams are going to be playing in May. Like, the Suns aren't. It's just that's what's going to happen. And I think we just have so many, maybe not, but I feel like a lot of people forget, like, this Suns team isn't going to win shit this year. Like, we're playing team at best, but like, you just got to take the good from it. And like I said, I don't think Denver really played a good basketball game. It's just that the Suns didn't play good. They just didn't play a great game. It's just that's how it goes.
Yeah, that is how it goes. And kind of like take my first point, kind of wrap it up with this, where, what are you actually like? What's keeping you watching this team in the end? And also, what's keeping you watching it, and also just the fact that that they definitely need a gel, and there's something missing. So I feel like that's all kind of wrapped up in the same thing. To me, it makes sense because I'm like, we see something in this team to where we're not disgruntled. It can be frustrating at times because you're a fan.
Yeah,
but we're not disgruntled. Yeah, exactly. We want to see them win, but we're not disgruntled in the way where we're going to be like, all right, I'm done watching this. It's like, no, I believe this team will still kind of cut it close. I don't think they're going to win the game. Right. We're going to see things from this team that I want to see unravel.
Yes.
And over time, it's going to happen. And it's obviously not going to lead to a winning record, even though I probably predicted that. So, a 7 seed. But, it's something where this team's going to be fascinating to watch. I think night in, night out. Like, I love it. I love the energy. I instantly love, after 3 games, what this team brings every night. You feel the same, right? And I think that I know you do. Is there one guy, though, before I get to player by player, kind of just go through a few guys, is there one guy that is frustrating you more than the others? And then one guy that you just love more than you thought you would to start the season?
One guy, I'm not going to lie. There's like 2 dudes that's really frustrating me, and it's not really a fair argument, but Book has been frustrating the hell out of me, man. And I'm the biggest Devin Booker fan, but I'm also his biggest critic because I know what Book can do. Book is he's one of the fucking top players in the league, but he's just, I feel like at times where he needs to be aggressive, he's not. Like, if you look at the box score, like, yeah, he had 31 points, 7 assists, but there's just times where, like, I feel like he needs to be assertive and dominant, and I feel like he's just been allergic to the mid-range this year. Like, I don't know what's going on there. Maybe I'm missing something. But I know, like, I talked about this in my group chat that I have too with my followers, but I was like, I think Book's not going to be the type of player that forces his game. Like, he's not going to be one to make it his game. He's going to play within the game. He's going to make sure everybody else gets involved. That's just the player he is. And especially this early in the season, like, it's going to take Book a couple weeks to really just get into that Armani mode that we know. And that's something that, as much as it's aggravating the shit out of me, and in a month from now, Matthew, we're not even going to be talking about Devin Booker's play. Hopefully not. And another guy, Nigel Hayes-Davis, that's just someone that I don't think should be on an NBA court. And I hate to say it because I made a video back when we signed him. I was like, this guy could be, keyword could, that's the words we used to save our ass. He could have been something that, could be a part of the rotation and contribute to winning games, and he's just not doing that. I don't know what he's doing out there exactly, but he's not playing basketball. Yeah, that's my little rant.
Well, yeah, let's hit on those 2 guys because I do want to find out too, like, who is kind of over exceeding your expectations within 3 games.
Yes,
but
I forgot about that.
I like to talk about Nigel a little bit just because he does seem like the coach's favorite in a way, but I also see it in this way. Maybe you agree, maybe you don't, but Rasheer Fleming obviously came in the 4th again tonight. This is his 2nd game played in garbage time. Do you see him or anybody else on this roster taking Nigel's spot eventually? Because I know Nigel probably understands the offense better right now, and obviously is a little bit more of a vet when it comes to, like, just being on the court with grown men and playing professional sports. So how long is it going to take until we start seeing more Rasheer? Because I think even Jamps has let me know, like, is Rasheer the guy that can maybe take his place as a hustle guy, a guy that can finish around the rim, that can do a lot more on the court than what Nigel brings? Like, how long do you think that would take maybe to start seeing that? Because I know it's probably going to be maybe 4 or 5 weeks, and then we see maybe a little bit more Rasheer. But is it painful to watch Nigel that much? Because for me, it is. Tonight, it didn't seem like as bad, but it is still kind of like a sword and thumb. You know what I mean? Just it sticks out for sure.
And there's always going to be that guy on a roster every year. And unfortunately, it's been Nigel Hayes-Davis. I hate to say it, but I feel like it's going to come to a point where, like, you just can't play Rasheer Fleming. Like, you're going to have to do it. Like, you're going to have to play him. He's just going to take somebody's spot. And it's going to be Nigel Hayes-Davis. If it was up to me, if I was running out, I would do it right now. That's just me. But of course, I mean, you got to do your due diligence, and you got to wait it out a couple weeks just to see what happens. But I just wasn't overall impressed with Nigel in the preseason either. Like, at one point, I think it was like in the first 3 games, he shot 3 for 15 from the field. Like, what are we doing here? Like,
Yeah.
and maybe I just like we fall in love with the story of him because he came from overseas. He's back in the NBA, and he was MVP over there. I just kind of figured like, hey, he contribute a little bit more, but he hasn't done jack shit, and I really hate to say it, but sure he's a great guy, but on the court I can't do it.
Yeah, no, I'm almost all the way out too. I mean, it is definitely very early, and it's very early still for Jordan Goodwin, who I'm a big fan of. Like
Same. That's a great mention.
I love the guy. Jordan. So I know we love Devin Booker, but when does Jordan Goodwin start taking his minutes? I'm just joking. Just joking.
There we go.
That was the other guy that frustrates you, but obviously he'll be playing more minutes. There are comments. We want to see Armani mode. And that's one thing that, Aussie Suns fans to say, thank you for joining so much. I just want to see Armani mode unleashed.
Right.
Your frustration with Booker, obviously I've had it through 3 straight games, and it's just due to the fact that I want him to be the best player on the court sometimes.
Exactly.
And I haven't seen it yet.
From your star guy.
I haven't seen it yet. Tonight he did look better than the first 2 games. Yeah. I think in the third and fourth quarter, he was really working in the paint, trying to dump off some nice clean passes down there to Oso and 1. And also just kind of getting his shot down there. But to me, he still seems a little slow. He's still getting into the doubles too often, where he's passing out way too late. So I think it's going to take time for him too. But staying on Devin Booker, the frustration of, hey, we're losing games and I'm still trying to work myself into this offense.
Yes.
What breaks first? Is it going to be Devin Booker like being like, I just don't know if this is going to work out in a way, or is it going to be Devin Booker just saying like, I'm going to be patient and I'm going to be okay with this because I know what this first year brings for our team. Like, because in interviews and stuff, I just see it in his eye. Like, he just doesn't want to start losing again. Even though he says like he wants to win us a championship, like, do you think it's ever going to be a point where he kind of just gets sick of it this year?
That's a good one.
It's so hard, dude.
Because every time I watch these games, I'm like, because Book isn't really like an outspoken person. That's the thing. Like, he's not really a personality, and that's why like we don't really know what Book is like behind closed doors. And I hope not. I really don't, Matthew. But if it gets to that point, like, I understand it. Like, he's done more than enough for this franchise. And I know people are like, oh, he chose to re-sign here, yada yada yada. Some people just that's his obligation, and I respect it a lot. But if it does come to a point where I'm not shocked. But Book also knows what he signed up for. This is a year to find out who can contribute towards an NBA championship, like who can help towards a contender. That's the year, and that's what's keeping me watching these games, like we talked about earlier. I'm watching these guys that can help potentially be the future. And I don't know if Book's gonna. I think Book's still kind of be patient because we haven't seen Jalen Green in the lineup yet, so I think he's still going to be deferring a little bit more. But I don't know. I'm not too worried. We know what Book is. We know what he can do. It's just they're going to blitz his ass off all year. They're going to send the game plan right now is to make everybody else beat you but Devin Booker. Like, it's going to be that way.
Yeah, definitely. And, like you said, he did have the 31 points. He had the 9 turnovers tonight. For me, for Book, it's not about the stats at all. I think we always talk about the Tom Chambers points record every year, if he's going to break it or not. And I think that for me to actually see a successful season from him, it's me sitting on the couch and be like, oh, fuck yeah, Book, like getting goosebumps. Because I've had that last year for 3 or 4 games towards the end of the year where they had like a little run.
Yeah.
But I haven't had that this year yet, which it'll take some time. I know it does take some time. But that's what I want to feel with the dude. And I'll be like, all right, I'm feeling good with this guy. So I did ask you before too, just one guy in the back of your mind, like who is jumping out at you that you didn't expect really to start loving this much early in the season?
Honestly, Royce O'Neal. Royce O'Neal has been a guy that has been like, damn, he's looked really good. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like he's done a little bit more shot creating than I don't know. I just feel like he's done more than he has the past couple of seasons. Like, I don't know how to really put it into words, but Royce is a guy that's really stood out to me. Like, I don't really have a player that I hate besides Nigel Hayes Davis on this roster, but like, I would put Jordan Goodwin, but I haven't seen enough of him. I've liked Jordan Goodwin when he was on the Suns before, but yeah, I would say Rolls Royce.
Yeah, no, I think that's a great pick. I think, looking at the box score too, he has only the 7 points tonight, 2 of 6 from 3-point land, but he's sticking out more in other ways. Like,
Yes.
there's a thing where his shots are just bigger than the other ones when they're going in. Like, I feel like he's hitting big shots at big moments.
Yes.
In the game, but those big moments are just to cut the lead to like 12 or 10. You know what I mean?
It's just at the worst moments.
Yeah, it's like oh, okay. So Eddie Johnson, we're at the 10 point mark, so we have a chance.
My favorite saying.
I'm gonna put it on a t-shirt because I think the same thing all the time, dude. I always think I'm like, if they can be down by like 9 points with 4 minutes left, then we have a chance. I love doing that. I start
calculating. I'm like, if we can get to like 8 with like 6 minutes in the quarter, like we can do it.
No, yeah, I love it. I think that we don't have a job for Colin Gillespie, but there's that was a big throw clear right there, dude. That was like a storm coming through the living room. That was I think I muted myself. I hope I did. Colin had only the 14 minutes. I think he played 23 minutes last game. It is a back-to-back. He had the 6 points.
Yeah.
Colin, to me, is a big part of this. I don't want to kind of reiterate what I talked about last night, and I'm not going to. I just want to point out that I want to throw my top 5 guys right now that I trust the most out on the court, because I talk about it, and I don't think I ever express the actual listings. So I kind of want to just go through, like, Colin Gillespie, one guy, Grayson Allen. I think Ryan Dunn's creeping in there.
Yeah, there we go, Matthew. That's what we like to see here. He's not washed.
He's not washed. And I can get over the fact that he doesn't look like an NBA player or a movie star or whatever I was talking about last time. But Ryan Dunn's creeping in there because that guy seems focused. And I love the fact in tonight's game, him and Oso got into it with Jokic. Yes. And they're sophomores, right? So they're guys that a lot of other dudes don't know, but they're sticking up for each other and they're getting the guys' faces. Like, we need that. It can't just be Dylan Brooks always.
Can just be
yeah. Wow. But I love and I love it, man. And he has to be obviously the guy to get the putback dunks.
Right. Yeah. He's been everywhere.
Yeah, and he's been doing that. So I want to see more of him. Only 23 minutes tonight from him. The other two guys, Dylan Brooks, and I don't know if I trust Booker yet, but he's my number 5. Okay. I don't feel comfortable with him, right? So if you want to go through just really quick, I know I'm just kind of springing this on you, and you didn't do any studying or preparing for this, but just like 3 guys that you trust. And I don't mean just trust like in the first 3 games, but like, hey, if we're moving forward with 3 guys with Devin Booker, like, who do you trust next to him?
Ryan Dunn, a guy that hasn't really played a lot, but Kaman Maluwak, and
nice.
Another guy that really doesn't play a lot, Rasheer Fleming.
Rasheer Fleming.
Yeah, and then I would substitute Dylan Brooks in there too because I like what Brooks he's been burning. Yeah. But Matthew, I've got to ask, Oso Ighodaro, what are your thoughts?
Wait, is that your question?
That is that's my question for you, my Matthew. I got to ask of the night.
He's my most frustrating player. Like,
yeah,
he has great looks, but like when the Suns had opportunities tonight to hit a big basket, and he just could not come through tonight. And I don't know like what to do with the dude. I think that he has a lot of opportunity. I love what he could be a connector, but I don't like him at the 5. I think once Kaman gets more comfortable, maybe we play Oso more with Kaman, and I want to see that. I want to see what that looks like. But let's talk about Kaman.
Yeah.
He did come in the first quarter to end the first quarter against Valanciunas.
That's nice.
Your thoughts on his minutes tonight? It was nice to see the rookie out there, wasn't it, early on?
Yeah, he played great overall. I like Kaman, like I said. I think he's a big piece of what's gonna come in this next year, the Phoenix Suns. Like I said, I think it's just more so a timing deal. Like, it's gonna be like the Joel Embiid process, and I feel like a broken record because I've said this so many times on other people's stuff and on here, and I'm sure people are like, "Dude, worldwide, shut up." But yeah, like, it's gonna be like a 3 to 5 year deal with Kaman Maluwak. Like, he has the tools to be great. Almost the opposite of Oso Ighodaro, which I kind of want to touch on. Like, Oso has a bunch of things he could do, but he's just average at them. Like, that's the best way to put it. Like, he's just below average. Yeah. Like, he can pass, he can dribble, he can rebound, he's athletic. Like, there's a couple times where he got past Jokic and beat him to the rim. I was like, nice. Like, good dude, but then he just got
Yeah,
shit
that's
on
the
the other
frustrating
end.
part. It's like you see that and you're like, oh my God. But also Jokic standing straight up, getting around him might not be that difficult. I'm not saying that I could do it, but it seems like something that maybe he can take on. I want to
Yeah,
get to this comment too from Aussie Suns fans. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. He says the three guys X the book moving forward into the future: Cameron Johnson, CP3, Mikal Bridges. So that's
that's a
going back
great
to the
idea.
trade that we offered Cameron Johnson and Mikal Bridges. I'm not going to talk about that. But I do want to bring up one thing too. I'm a little scattered right now, but I just want to say, one other reason I don't like Kevin Durant is because I love Jonas Valanciunas. I love the dude as a backup center. I think he's killer.
Yeah.
And I think the Suns had the opportunity to get him in a trade for Kevin Durant as a third team with the Wizards, and it didn't work out. So that was heartbreaking to me because he looks good this year so far.
Yeah, Jonas is like a Walmart Jokic. Like that's like they have 2 Jokic's on the team.
They're awesome. Yeah, what a center rotation. That
It's great.
I think Jonas was gonna go back to his country, but he stayed. I guess Jokic just made him stay and told him like, hey,
He's like, I'll give you horse.
Yeah.
I'll give you horse to play here.
How many horses? Yeah.
How many horses you want?
Also, Aussie Suns fans, really good comments tonight. So Brooks has been garbage. Yeah, I said it. You know what? I don't care. This year, people have takes about Booker's garbage. Brooks is garbage. Ryan Dunn's washed. Like, let's just let it all out. Let's really give. I don't know. Let's just give our inner thoughts out. Like, I want to hear it. I want to hear the great takes because we're going to be up and down with the team a lot, and we're going to have a lot of hate for certain players.
Yeah.
But I want to ask you too, when Jalen Green gets back, do you think Brooks is going to look better? Because he hit 2 big threes tonight. He's doing a little bit too much probably for Brooks offensively. Yeah. But I like what he brings. I don't think he's been garbage, but it's just like it's too much for him because I keep thinking, I'm like, wow, we're really relying on this guy that wears a headband right above his eyes. I don't know how the dude sees.
I don't know how you see.
Yeah. But when Jalen Green comes back, what's that?
He kind of looks like the dude from Friday, the second Friday movie.
Yes, he does. Yeah. when Jalen Green comes back though, man, like, is he the one guy that kind of benefits from it the most? Do you think? Is it Dylan Brooks?
I think so. I think everybody benefits from it because obviously, you're missing another guy that's going to score 22 points per game, and it's going to help Book a little bit more. Probably not much, but it's just another another emergency guy that you can give the ball to. And Dylan Brooks only has so much attention because he's for some reason thinks he's the fucking first option right now, and he's chucking 20 shots. But that's kind of what he needs to do almost. Yeah. Like, it's just right now, it's just him and Book, and he's just taking the obligation to throw a lot of shots. Like, it's just that's going to be Jalen Green, and then obviously the gravity from those two, Jalen attacking downhill. Like, these guys are gonna sag off a little bit. They're gonna have open shots. Like, we're not going to see Dylan Brooks fading and taking insane shots in December. Like, that's just what's happening right now.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think that eventually it'll die down a little bit, but he is that kind of a confident guy. He's gonna. I
have noticed. I've watched a lot of film when he was with Houston. His one thing he likes to do a lot. He has like a floater thing, I guess, and I haven't really seen it yet with the Suns, I guess, but something he likes to do.
Yeah, I mean, that would be nice to see. I just don't think we have anybody as a lob threat right now or anything when he's actually making his way down the lane. But there's a lot to unpack really from the Suns game after game, especially the subreddit. So let's see what they were saying over there in Denver.
The Suns Jam Session subreddit stakeout.
All right. The Invisible Man was over there in Denver tonight, and there was a lot of hate, a lot of FUs, and a lot of P words. I don't know if I like saying the P word, so my girlfriend doesn't like it, so I won't say it. But
that's fair.
Devin Booker, you're such a fucking pussy. So that was good. That's pretty bad. Cover your ears on that one. And Booker is a little bitch. Another one.
Damn, what the Booker. Fuck? Who keeps saying that?
It's really bad, dude. Fuck Booker, shitty brand of basketball. I was almost halfway on their side with that one. I'm just kidding.
Is it Matthew in the subreddit?
Yeah, I think it was. Man. It's the only way to let it out. This was actually brought to you by Nettles Air, excuse me. Dylan Brooks is an annoying and dirty player. Yeah, these are just like basic things actually as I'm going through
that people say like
bad.
on the timeline every day.
Yeah, exactly. And maybe Jokic just really hates the Suns. I know he hates the Suns.
Yeah,
did you not see
Cameron Payne get assaulted
game,
in 21? Yeah, he got into it with Dunn and them, and then it's just like, he just hates us.
He does. And someone said Jamal smooth as butter and Jokic fattier than butter. So I thought that was a pretty good one.
Interesting. Okay.
The Suns Jam Session subreddit stakeout.
All right, everyone, go ahead and subscribe, please, to the podcast. I know it's going to be a long season up and down, and sometimes I won't be here. Sometimes John won't be here, but we appreciate the support. Suns Worldwide is with us tonight, and we have a few more things we want to talk about before getting out of here. One of them, I think, just to get over with really quick, let's just go ahead and do the jams.
Jam star of the game.
This one for me is tough. And I think they're going to be really hard this whole season. I kind of want you to go first and see who you pick.
That's funny because I wanted you to go first, but I guess someone in the chat just said an Aussie Suns fan, Grayson Allen. He looked good tonight. He made some really deep threes, and it's not really like as much as Book had 31 and 7 with 8 turnovers, but Grayson Allen looked good tonight.
Yeah, he's pretty killer. And I was going to choose Grayson Allen, but I was like, do I choose Grayson Allen? So I'll go Grayson Allen too.
Yeah, I almost went Ryan Dunn for a second, but
I do. You know what? I do too. It takes only one game to change my mind on the dude, huh?
I love Grayson. He's a great guy. And I loved him in the Marvel movies. So.
Oh yeah, as the Arrow guy. Is that who he played?
Is it Marvel or is it DC? I don't know.
I don't know. You better be careful.
They're gonna
really
get me
upset. Yeah. But yeah, let's Kiko. No, we're done already. We're not done. I'm just getting the jam star out of the way. I think
you thought it was done.
I wanted to surprise our homie over here just to see who he had, and because it's a tough one. It's a tough one to actually just kind of dig into. I don't want to look at stats anymore. It's just like who jumped out the game, who hit big shots, and it was Grayson Allen tonight.
Yes, it was Grayson.
Let's see. Charles Toy says done. Yeah, I'll agree with that one. Suns Fever 83 says jam start tonight. I'm going GA. Yeah, that's a great pick. So we will talk about the next game coming up. Before that, though, I want to talk about a few other dudes just really quick. We did bring up Jordan Goodwin a little bit earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Why? I don't know. Is there room for him on this team? Because I think we're pretty, in my eyes, I think we're not definitely guard heavy.
Yeah.
But when it comes to I don't know. Does he fit right now to come in and actually earn minutes with the Suns at his size when we're already so small at times? Because there were times in that where we didn't even have a center. Nigel Hayes-Davis was guarding Jonas Valanciunas down the block multiple times. So, you know what I mean? Is there room for him right now? Because I think he brings a lot to a team. I love the dude a lot. So why is he not getting minutes, man? And do you like him? Do you miss him?
I love Jordan. Jordan actually follows me on Instagram, so great guy, dope guy. Love Jordan. I don't know. I didn't really think there was really room for Jared Butler, and I don't know. It's a tough one. It really is tough because I feel like we've just seen the same lineups. We haven't really seen a variety from Jordan, not as much as I would like. And obviously we're only 3 games into the season, so but yeah, I feel like there definitely is because you always need a guy that can play defense. And Jordan Goodwin looked pretty good in the preseason shooting wise too. And honestly, playmaking wasn't too terrible either. He kind of just flowed with the game. I think there is. I just feel I don't know, Matthew. It's a tough one. It's a really tough guy to talk about because he's just, I don't know. It's tough.
Yeah. And it's not one of those things where I'm we're going to win games because of him. We're not going to win games. I'm just asking because I'm I want to see a few minutes from him here or there, not in garbage time always.
I would like to see some minutes where he can actually contribute in the game.
Yeah, definitely. And I totally agree. And Aussie Suns fan says, great comments tonight, man. Just
he's killing it.
Beautiful. Melting me over here. Is it is Goodwin or Collins. So yeah, like I was saying before, I feel like it's just like I don't know when or where to play this guy.
Yeah.
I think maybe as a center rotation is just something that's a little bit more solid. Where maybe gets you some plus minutes, because right now he's having a hard time. Obviously, he's just a little slower down on the post or in the paint, and he just has the guy that needs to get a little bit more into I guess feeling himself on the block and stuff, and just kind of feeling the bodies, I think, right now, and just realizing how hard he actually has to play against these guys, and just having quicker reactions to things. And it's going to take a while for him, but I think until then, maybe we just don't play Jordan Goodwin either. This team right now is headed into Utah Monday, their next game against the Jazz. The Jazz, obviously, it's like the laughing stock of the West. They're going to suck, whatever. They are 1-1, and they lost their second game to the Kings by 1 point. It's a hard-fought team. They're a team that's led by, obviously, Markkanen, who is averaging right now 26.5 points. Walker Kessler, the 12.5 points and 9 rebounds per game. I don't think this one's going to be easy. And I'm not saying easy, but I'm just saying, like, not the Utah Jazz, not the Clippers. Like, hey, it might be a more competitive game throughout.
Mm-hmm.
I think this one being a blowout, too. Like, or do you see this one kind of – I can just see it going both ways. Where do you see this next matchup against the Utah Jazz?
I see the Suns winning, and the Suns have to win this one. Like, it's almost like you have to come off the road trip even 2-2. Like, that's something you have to do here. You have to go in Utah, take care of business. And it's not going to be an easy one. It's definitely not. It's going to be a possession battle. Like, every single game is going to be the season. Suns aren't. I'm sorry to break it to everyone here, but Suns aren't going to play an easy game this year. Like, it's just how it's going to be. We're going to be dissecting them heavily. Like, it's just how it's going to be. And until Booker has Jalen Green, I'm not saying Jalen Green's the savior of all of our problems, but until like somebody else can do something else with the basketball, like it's going to be a tough one. Like, they have young athletic guys who can go out there and run, and it's going to be a Nurkic revenge game. So
yeah, definitely. And Kiko hits it right on the head. Nick Richards sucks. Okay.
I don't know what's going on with Nick.
Yeah, 5 fouls. So Kaman did come in, like we said earlier, but there was foul trouble with Nick Richards, and I think that had a lot to do with it. I think when you play the Nuggets, though, it's going to be a foul-heavy game. And it's not like, I'm not saying it's unfair. I'm just saying that
how it goes.
There's going to be a lot of fouls. Like, the Suns had 29. Yeah, the Suns had 29 fouls, and they had 23. Which is not that big of a difference, but it's just going to be a slower paced game. They know how to like kind of break it down, and the Nuggets do when things are kind of getting away. Use the refs to their advantage, and that's exactly what they did at times tonight. And like you were saying with the Utah Jazz, it's going to be a long season where they're going to play teams you would think they would get the win, but they're always going to be competitive. And I'm not saying it's going to be a blowout, but I'm just saying that nothing's going to be easy, and this whole Suns season is going to be based off of like, can they continue to be competitive 48 minutes? So far in the first 3 games, I want to say that they put the energy into it, and 2 games have not been competitive, but the energy is always going to be there. And that's why I'm still excited for the game Monday. I'm excited to play the Memphis Grizzlies on Wednesday. Like, it's going to be a wild ass season.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's all I really have from the game tonight with the Phoenix Suns. Do you have any other takes from tonight's game or anything else from the NBA that you've been watching?
One thing that like Denver did really well, they made Phoenix play their game. They made them play Denver Nuggets basketball. They slowed it down. Like you said, they just made them play at their pace. And that's something that kills the Suns, because the Suns are a team that's here that needs to get out and run in transition and just go fucking nuts, because that's what this team is. We have a bunch of young athletic guys. And when we're playing top teams in the West, to have guys that can slow the game down like your Jokic, OKC is going to be the same. Like, they're just you're not going to end up playing Phoenix Suns basketball. You're going to end up playing the opposing team's basketball. Like, that's just what it's going to, if that makes sense to people in the chat, I guess.
Yeah.
And another thing, like, I'm going to play devil's advocate here, because people are like, Book needs to be more aggressive. And I agree. The time where Book needs to be more aggressive is in the first quarter. He needs to set the tone early, and that's what's going to help in the stretch of games. It's going to help defenses. It's going to just open up more shots, because Book is deferring to other players, and he just needs to go like crazy. He needs to get like 10 or 15 points in the first quarter. Just go crazy, look for his, and then throughout the game start kicking them out. Like, that's just what Book was doing in 21 and 22. Like he was, I think, the highest points like average in the first quarter.
Yeah.
In those years. So like that's kind of what he has to do.
Yeah, first quarter Book.
Yep.
That was definitely the deal back then, and it hasn't been the thing really as of recent. I think going forward, we might see something or maybe an adjustment here or there. And it's a weird thing to think of. It's like, is it really a Devin Booker thing or is it more of a Jordan Knott thing, right? I mean, we can sit here and blame Devin Booker, be like, what are you doing? But he's probably just playing to what Jordan Knott wants him to do.
Because Book is a team guy. Like he's not, like I said, he's just not going to play. He's going to do what he's told. He's not going to play outside. He's not going to be the system. He plays within the system.
Yeah, exactly. And he's always going to be that type of player, which is fine. And I asked John last podcast, I want to ask you before we get out of here.
Yeah.
You know, Devin Booker moving forward, I don't see him as a number one, but do you see a path now that like the West is insane? You're watching Wemby scoring 50 points and 30 rebounds. Like what's the path where the Suns kind of get back on track? It is early, obviously, in this process. Is there like a player that you are seeing out there, maybe that's disgruntled or someone that might come over later on? Obviously, trading for players is going to be very difficult for the Suns right now, but I'm just saying, like, is there some guy that you have your eye on maybe to where in the future that they can add to this kind of build of a team that we have right now? Or do you think it's going to take a couple, takes with the teams, like a couple more pieces to see what fits with Book and then find the other star? Do you ever think about that stuff? Because I think about it right now. Because I'm thinking about it because Devin Booker just has that look, like I said earlier, in his eye, like this is going to suck losing. So what's the path? Is there a path? Is it the draft? Getting lucky in the draft? Maybe not making the play-in, and then we luck out like the Dallas Mavericks, and next year get the number one pick? Like, is that what it is, you think? Or what else would it be?
It's definitely a tough conversation because that's everything that's going to be with the Suns is a tough conversation. But I've definitely thought about this, Matthew, because I'm like, you're definitely going to have to add somebody else next to Book because whoever you're drafting or taking in the draft isn't just going to blossom right off the bat, especially with where the Suns are drafting. Like, either they're going to hit strike gold, or they're going to obviously have to trade for someone. Who that player is right now, I can't really identify. But if I was to if the Suns, let's say it's February and you're like, wow, the Suns could have a chance to maybe do something. Drew Holiday is a guy that interests me.
Okay.
I've always been intrigued by Drew Holiday. Now, can he play fast-paced basketball? But if you want a point guard and you want Book to go back to the 2 and be a killer, that's a guy that intrigues me. But outside of that, there's not really one guy that's like, yeah, the Suns should go after him.
Yeah. It's tough. And I love this answer by Aussie Suns again, man, melting my heart. Zion. So, conspiracy theory over here, Matthew. I just thought Zion's skinny now. Who else did he see who was skinny? Luka. And who else got out of, well, he didn't want to leave the Mavericks, but who got to LA and now he's skinny? It's Luka. So maybe Zion's like, okay, maybe I get skinny and I get out of here. So some other team wants to, that's a long shot, obviously, with Zion, but it's also one of those players that is a little disgruntled that might want to be on a move. But I hate it, but code right here. We need a new franchise player that is better than Book. That's just hard to take because when Book does say like there's unfinished business here, it's cool to get behind that, but it doesn't have any feeling for me just because it's not like it's a Giannis or a Jokic or a guy that is elite star that can win or a Luka Doncic, right? I don't know what the future holds, but I just know this season will be exciting, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just a year to find out who can be a part of the future. That's just what
I know.
That's what the next 2 years are going to be. And a lot of people just kind of need to cool it, I guess, in a way, and just kind of temper their emotions and expectations. I've said this multiple times. You can't have any expectations this season. You just can't. It's something that you just can't do it.
No, you can't. You can't. I think I'm thinking of when he says, I have unfinished business.
Yeah.
It starts a season, but it's like, what comes after? So I love thinking about the future because I think the drama of the trade, the trade deadline, the offseason moves is what I really love about the NBA. And I'm trying to think who is out there? Who would make this thing a little bit more interesting? So that's just something to think about, Jamsters. I thank everybody for joining, and thanks again for coming on, man. I think Suns Worldwide is obviously killing it right now. I think at Suns Jam Session podcast. And thanks for filling in for John.
Obviously.
Going
not
forward.
Not as handsome, but we're here.
Not as handsome?
Yeah.
I don't know. If you give him your hair, maybe like that would be a good mesh.
I think we could do it.
Give him your ears too.
Yeah.
All right, let's not. I don't want to.
Whoa, what?
Give
he said ears?
Ears, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna see Matthew on Netflix in a couple years, guys. Watch out.
One of those, yeah. Well, it might be coming out soon. I don't know.
Soon. All right.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, thank you for joining. Like, subscribe. Suns Worldwide. They can find you at Suns Worldwide on Twitter, obviously. Yep. And they can also see you on some more clips, maybe. I think last time we talked about it. Are you going to give some more clips after the game? Or is this is your clips after the game, right? Suns Jam?
Yeah, I mean, this is just, it's been good to be here. I've appreciated you guys letting me on here. We're still working on the PR training, but it's a thing that we're doing.
So, alrighty. Well, yes, love you guys so much, everybody out there, and just make sure to go home and love your family.
Hey, you're listening to the Suns Jam Session podcast, shooting the shit about the Suns since 2019.